Commissioner McCann, the pledges, please.
Let's pray. Father, my prayer for every person in this room today that we could just trust you with all our heart, not lean on our own understanding, but that we would acknowledge you, that we would talk to you today, and that you'd make the path straight. You've also told us and commanded us to humble ourselves under the mighty hand of God, that we may be exalted in due time by simply casting all our cares onto you, because you care for us. So we thank you for that love. We thank you for the day you've given us, and it's in Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Thank you very much, Brother Leach. All right. Well, the time is 9:02. We do have a quorum, so we'll call the Commissioners' Court to order. And first item is citizens' comments. Do we have any? No citizens' comments were submitted, so we'll move to item 1, which is consider and take action on minutes. Let me turn the volume up. There we go. Item number 1, consider and take action on minutes from previously held meeting of Commissioners' Court on March the 30th, 2021. Are there any additions, deletions, or comments?
Hearing none, Judge, I move that we approve the regular session Commissioners Court for March the 30th, 2021 as presented.
I'll second his motion.
Motion made by Commissioner Tooley, second by Commissioner Spivey to approve the minutes of March 30th, 2021 as presented. All those in favor of the motion? Item passes unanimously. Item number 2 is consider and take action to proclaim April the 21st as Child Abuse Awareness and Prevention Month. And this morning, we have quite a few individuals in the crowd with us today. And let's see, who's going to be presenting on the child abuse?
I was going to throw Sheila under the bus, but Judge and Commissioners, I want to thank you for having us today. It does take a whole village to fight child abuse and neglect, so we are wanting you to vote April as Child Abuse Awareness Month, and I can read the proclamation if you want
Please
me to.
do.
All right. Child Abuse Awareness Prevention Month, April 2021. Whereas there were over 550,000 calls to the Texas Department of Family and Protective Services statewide intake in 2020, with over 300,000 cases of child abuse and neglect reported. There were 75,350 Texas children confirmed victims of child abuse and neglect in the fiscal year of 2020, which is up 11% from 2019, in which there were 1,035 intakes, 659 investigations, and 352 confirmed child victims who reside in Henderson County. And whereas child abuse prevention is a community responsibility in finding solutions depends on involvement among all people. And whereas communities must make every effort to promote programs that benefit children and their families across Henderson County. And whereas effective child abuse prevention programs succeed because of partnerships among agencies, schools, religious organizations, law enforcement agencies, and the business community. And whereas everyone in Henderson County should become more aware of child abuse prevention and consider helping parents raise their children in a safe, nurturing environment. Now, therefore, I, Wade McKinney, County Judge, and the County Commissioners do hereby proclaim of April 2021 to be Child Abuse Prevention Month in Henderson County, and urge all citizens to work together to help reduce child abuse and neglect significantly in years to come. So I want to thank all of you for having us. We brought some of our staff here today, our program director, Sheila Davis, who is our true boots on the ground in this community and in this county of doing what she does. Ginger Ford, our direct services operations director. They are the true boots on the ground, and we're very proud to partner with law enforcement, with the Sheriff's Department, of course, and prosecution that's here today. So thank you for having us, and thank you for doing Child Abuse Awareness Month for us.
Court, are there any comments you'd like to make?
I just wanted to thank you and your staff and the community for all the help and to get out for the awareness for the children of Henderson County. That's way too many. One's too many, but that's way too many.
Absolutely. Thank you.
You know, we do this every year. And then to sit here and say that this time last year when we did this, now we got 11% more. And people will say it was probably because of a pandemic and everybody was at home and all that kind of stuff, but a pandemic has nothing to do with these stats, I say. But I'll acknowledge Commissioner Spivey's deal. It takes a different village today than it used to.
It does.
It used to take, let's just like a subdivision to raise your kids, but now it takes a different kind of village. And my hat's off to y'all and my hair, but my hat's off to y'all for the things that you do in Henderson County.
Thank you.
And for the kids that suffer and have to be put in this kind of area. So thank y'all.
Commissioner?
I'd like to say the same thing. I
you,
know these
Commissioner.
numbers are unbelievable, but, and I know it's particularly taxing on y'all emotionally to have to deal with this, along with the families and the children that have to deal with it also. But I hope these proclamations make the public aware of the problem that we have in Henderson County, and we have all over the state and nation. But I'd just like to say thank you for doing y'all's part.
Truly. Thank you.
Just want to thank y'all for everything you do, along with Maggie's house, and all the benefits that y'all have to help these children. And would like to make an announcement that they are having a benefit on April the 17th, April the 17th, at the 5H shooting sports deal for a fundraiser for
Come out and shoot.
come out and shoot and have a good time.
Absolutely. Thank you, Commissioner. All right. Thank you, Judge.
I would like to break down the numbers, make them a little bit more real. You look at this. We're talking almost 3 intakes a day
At least.
for the entire year. 3. Investigations, almost 2 a day. And then the other one is almost 1 a day of confirmed victims.
Confirmed victims. We provided services last year, 2020, to 310 child victims. And so some of those are multiple family members. I mean, some of those have 2 or 3 in their family, and we may interview one, but provide services to maybe the child that witnessed or something else. But 310 kids came through our doors, and so that's a huge number that we provided services for, and long-term services, counseling, mental health services, medical services. And we provide service for case management from that time that child comes into our door until the prosecution phase. And sometimes that may be 2 or 3 years before they get actual prosecution, just because of the backload of cases that we're seeing. So we have those kids on our roll a long time. So,
Well, these proclamations are meant to bring awareness because so many people believe, well, that's not our problem, not here. But I think the numbers bear out that it is our problem.
it is. Thank you,
So,
Judge.
any further comments? Well, thank you very much, and thank you all for your hard work and dedication. So, is there a motion?
I'd like to make a motion for the month of April be Child Abuse Awareness and Prevention Month.
And I'll second that motion.
Motion made by Commissioner Richardson, second by Commissioner McCam, to approve the resolution declaring April 2021 as Child Abuse Awareness and Prevention Month. All those in favor of the motion? Item passes unanimously. Item number 3 is consider and take action to proclaim April 2021 as Sexual Assault Awareness Month. And again, these resolutions that we have trying to bring attention to Is there anyone going to present this morning? Ms. Cooper?
I just want to say thank you on behalf of the East Texas Crisis Center for allowing us to come here and share this with y'all. Whereas April is Sexual Assault Awareness Month and calls attention to the fact sexual violence is widespread and impacts every person in Henderson County. And whereas everyday women, men, and children across Texas suffer the pain and trauma of sexual assault upon survivors in our Henderson County communities. And whereas the crime occurs far too frequently, goes unreported far too often, and leaves long-lasting physical and emotional scars. And whereas during National Sexual Assault Awareness Month, we recommit ourselves to lifting the veil of secrecy and shame surrounding sexual violence, expanding support for victims, and strengthening our response. And whereas sexual violence affects individuals of all ages, backgrounds, and circumstances. And whereas, as a community, we share the responsibility for protecting each other from sexual assault, supporting victims when it does occur, and bringing perpetrators to justice. And whereas, at every level, we must work to provide necessary resources to victims of every circumstance, including medical attention, mental health services, relocation, and housing assistance, and advocacy during the criminal justice process. And whereas Henderson County communities can come together to increase awareness about sexual violence, decrease its frequency, hold offenders accountable, support victims, and heal lives. Now therefore, be it resolved that the Henderson County Commissioner Court joins other anti-sexual violence advocates and support service programs in the belief that all community members must be part of the solution to end sexual violence and proclaim April 2021 as Sexual Assault Awareness Month. So far this year, we have assisted 48 victims of sexual assault and domestic violence with counseling, legal advocacy, and victim advocacy.
Comments? Court?
I'd just like to say thank you again for helping these people out when they needed the most for Henderson County.
Just goes unspoken of the work that y'all do here for these victims, and again, my hat's off to you for the job well done that y'all do every day for these victims until something is done or they're prosecuted, until they can get back on their feet and do the things that they need to do for their families. So thank y'all.
Commissioner?
I'm afraid both of these proclamations go hand in hand, and especially when it happens in the household. But I'd just like to say thank you also for doing what you can to try to control this. I don't know what we're going to do, but it's a problem, and people need to be made aware of it.
Thank y'all for everything you do, and I think this makes people aware that there is help out there. You just come forward, let somebody know that you're being abused, and speak out, and there is people out there that will help you. And thank y'all for everything that you do.
I'll echo their sentiments, and as Commissioner McCam said, these go hand in hand. Many times they go hand in hand. And the two resolutions complement each other, and when you're looking, as we said earlier, of the numbers, and we've had 48 so far this year, and that's travesty. And until we as a community begin to look at that in that fashion, instead of just moving forward with the other aspects of our lives and wishing to look away, it's not going to end. So we hope and pray that these resolutions begin to assist in y'all's efforts into bringing the attention that it is needed. Any other comments? If not, entertain a motion.
I'd like to make the motion to proclaim April 2021 as Sexual Assault Awareness Month.
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner Spivey, second by Commissioner Tooley, to proclaim April 2021 as Sexual Assault Awareness Month. All those in favor of the motion? The item passes. Thank you all very much. And next up on the list is item number 5, where we have a public hearing that is scheduled for 9:15. It is now 9:16, and this is a public hearing for the 2021 Hazard Mitigation Plan. Can we have a motion to move into public hearing?
So moved.
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner Tooley, second by Commissioner Spivey, to move into public hearing at 9:17. And this is an opportunity for anyone wishing to speak in favor or opposition, or just want to have your 2 cents in to speak about the hazard mitigation plan. If you do, please come forward and state your name and address for the record, and you'll have 3 minutes to speak. I'll call one more time for anyone wishing to speak to this matter. Seeing that no one has come forward, I'll entertain a motion to close public hearing.
So
I'll make a
moved.
motion, we close public hearing and move into regular session.
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner McCam, second by Commissioner Spivey to close public hearing. All those in favor? Item passes. We closed at 9:18. Item 6, consider and take action on a resolution to adopt the 2021 Hazard Mitigation Plan. And we have our Emergency Management Coordinator, Ms. Shane Renberg. If you would, sir, please come forward and let's talk about it.
Yes, sir. Well, Court, this is an exciting day for me, and I think it's an exciting day for the county. We've already moved on to other projects and things like that in our office, but we were talking about it this morning, how a few months ago we just wanted to get to this point to where it had been approved by FEMA and we could get it adopted by the court and also by the other 19 entities in the county. I think this plan is a great step for the county. It's been 10 years since we've had one here in Henderson County, and this opens up so many doors for the county and the citizens in Henderson County to be able to get grant funding for us to be able to improve a lot of areas inside of the county, whether it be infrastructure or anything we want to do, not to mention that it's required to have this through the state and through FEMA. So I'm excited about it. I'm excited to get to this point. This is actually the last step for the county as far as the adoption process and what we need to do. I still have to get the other entities to adopt it at their at their city council meetings. And once they do that, we will submit it to FEMA for the final time, and we'll be good to go for another 5 years until we need an update. And I'm willing to answer any questions I can to help you all.
Questions?
Shane, have you had any kind of opposition to any of the cities, or have they read it, or their mayors read it?
Honestly, I don't know if they've read it. I know that throughout the process, myself and May visited with the cities numerous times. Of course, we held meetings here every couple of weeks, and we actually drove out and met with each mayor or EM at each city and discussed these action items with them. Of course, there's a lot involved with it if you've read through it that they have to do. So I'm proud that we actually got all of them together to be able to do this. We included the cities that were actually left out last time. So no, I haven't had any opposition to it. Everybody's really happy with it. We've had a lot of praise for the plan. Haven't had any bad feedback whatsoever from anybody, and that includes the state level and FEMA.
Cool.
I know you've had several meetings throughout the last several months, and you've had a great deal of participation from all the entities in the county in those meetings. And like we said last week, we had a fairly large sum of money budgeted to hire an outside writer to help us with this plan. And your office was able to do this for us, and I'd like to say thank you for the work that your office did.
Yes, sir.
For this on behalf of everybody in the county, because this is going to be important whenever we start asking or needing help from FEMA or applying for grants or anything else. So thank you for the work your office did on this. I know it was time consuming.
Yes, sir.
I want to thank you too for all the hard work y'all put in and the savings of the money for the county, and actually all the other work y'all put in too, along with COVID, and trash dumps and everything. Applaud y'all for everything that y'all have to go through. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you,
I'd
sir.
like to say thank you also.
Thank you, ma'am.
Well, it is a great day because of what it affords us and affords the citizens of the county, given the fact that after we have gone through what we've done the last year, plus our seasonal events and most specifically the winter storm, this will actually allow for opportunities to harden our community against future events. And not only at the county level, the city level, also and at the individual level, because individuals as well will now be able to take mitigation steps to help them in their own homes. So thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Any further comments? If not, entertain a motion.
I move to adopt the 2021 hazard mitigation plan.
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner McCam, second by Commissioner Tooley, to approve the resolution approving the hazard mitigation plan for 2021. All those in favor of the motion? The item passes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, item 7, consider and take it. I skipped number 4. My apologies.
Thank you, Madam Secretary.
Yes. She's been keeping me straight all morning, y'all. All right, we'll move back to item 4. My apologies. This is consider and take action to appoint an interim elections administrator. Court, you'll remember that several weeks ago, Ms. Hernandez, Denise Hernandez, who had been at the helm of the Elections Administration Office since its inception, I believe 16 years worth, left for an opportunity with Smith County, and we have been in the process of continuing on in the absence of having an actual elections administrator. At this point in time, Ms. Jessica Rodriguez has, I use the phrase, been minding the shop for us in the interim. And it's important to understand that elections don't come around just once every 4 years. There's elections every year. And having an elections administration office in the county, they are a part of almost all the elections that take place through our contractual obligations to assist the other entities and, of course, the continual maintenance of the voters' roll. Ms. Rodriguez has continued on. Currently, I believe we have 5 local elections that we are currently under contract to help administer, those being a few of the cities and school districts. I know one in particular that's got a big bond election coming up. And that office has continued to operate under the guidance of Ms. Rodriguez, and I want to publicly thank her and her staff for what they have continued to do in the absence of having such a long-term administrator as what we had in Ms. Hernandez. And what we're doing here today is, what I'd like for the court to consider is appointing Ms. Rodriguez to being the interim elections administrator until a permanent elections administrator can be chosen. The elections committee, which is made up of myself, our county clerk, the tax assessor collector, and the 2 party chairs met last Thursday to go through the applications that have been sent in, of which there were 12. We are currently scheduled to do interviews on April the 21st of 5 out of that selection. But in the interim, I feel that it is only appropriate, and the committee as well, in our discussions, believe it is only appropriate that we ask the court to appoint Ms. Rodriguez as an interim until a permanent replacement can be found. Be happy to answer any questions that there may be. Of course, it would be a step one placement in following our step plan, and be happy to answer any questions. I will point out that Ms. Rodriguez is here in the audience with us today.
Putting her at step one, and in this instance, would that put her anniversary at this time at that step one?
For in the interim,
Yeah.
yes. That is what I believe is in the interim. If her anniversary, if she is, we select someone and appoint permanently, it is my hope that she would move back to the deputy position and continue with her annual anniversary.
Yeah, then if she moves back to deputy, her anniversary would be
Yes,
as it should be.
yes.
When does the committee think that they're going to have looking to have a person to the court?
We are hoping to have one, like I said, I'm hoping for a selection sometime toward the end of April. The interviews will not take place until April 21st. And as you know, and I know that sometimes the selection process can take a little longer. This one has, we were asking for an extended period of time with the position being open so that we were hoping to get a good selection. We even tried to, I don't think the sheriff would get on to me for this. We tried to poach a few from other counties to get encouraged to come in as well, but that was unsuccessful also. So we do have some promising candidates in the applications, but of course that is up to the committee.
Is the school board election May 1st or the?
Yes, they are, and they are moving along. There have been a couple of issues that they have worked through. There was a ballot, a misspelled name on a ballot that had made it through several checks that was caught. So they have been on top of what has gone through that office in a great fashion. They've actually had after the fact addition of a polling place that was worked through. I'm very proud of what they've been able to get done over there, given the current circumstances.
So we do have to have an elections administrator on May 1st for election.
No.
Have one appointed, a deputy can't.
No, there is no requirement to.
requirement,
There
okay.
is no requirement to, but the committee felt very strongly that given the fact of the responsibility of the elections, that it is only appropriate that we compensate fairly for that responsibility. Any other questions or comments? Well, if the
I'll
court.
make a motion. We need a motion?
Yes, sir.
I'll make a motion to move Jessica Rodriguez into the interim elections administrator position at step one.
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner McCam, second by Commissioner Tooley, to appoint Ms. Jessica Rodriguez as interim elections administrator with a step one placement in the salary plan. Are there any other comments? All those in favor of the motion? Item passes unanimously. Ms. Rodriguez, thank you very much and congratulations. Now, it's a good thing I'm not doing it because apparently I can't count. So we will move now to item 7. We've already done item 6, haven't we?
Yeah.
Yes, okay. Item 7, you're trying to confuse me. Consider and take action to accept the annual financial report from the Henderson County Emergency Service District Number 1, located in Precinct 1, for filing purposes only. Commissioner Spivey?
Yes, Court, this is just the annual financial report ending September 1st, 2020 for ESD number 1, which is in Trinidad area. And I just needed to pass this for filing purposes only.
Questions for the commissioner? If not, entertain a motion.
I'd like to make the motion to accept the annual financial report from Henderson County Emergency Service District Number 1, located in Precinct 1 for filing purposes only.
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner Spivey, second by Commissioner Tooley, to accept the annual financial report from Henderson County Emergency Service District Number 1 for filing purposes only. All those in favor of the motion? Item passes. Item 8, consider and take action to enter into an interlocal agreement with the City of Payne Springs, located in Precinct 2. Commissioner?
Yes, Judge. So the Payne Springs had called, and I've been to a couple of meetings to try to get help on 3/10 of a mile on County Road 2854, where the city limit line crosses our road, but the 3/10 of a mile is in the city of Payne Springs. And then also they have some major pothole issues on Leisureland Road that's in the city of Payne Springs, and so they have requested our help. We'll be chip sealing the 3/10 of a mile. Let me get over here to on County Road 2854, and then we will be filling the Durapatch and the potholes from State Highway 198 to the city limit line on Leisureland Road. The city of Payne Springs will set up all their accounts where they will pay for the material. There'll be no changing of hands or changing money for us. We'll just be doing the labor there. All the minutes are attached in your backup. I think the only thing that we need to add is March the 16th.
Okay. Questions for the Commissioner?
To the page 1.
Okay. Questions for the Commissioner? Hearing no questions or comments, entertain a motion.
Judge, I move we accept the interlocal agreement with the city of Payne Springs to chip seal 3/10 of a mile on County Road 2854 and to Durapatch Leisureland Road from State Highway 198 west to the city limit line, and Payne Springs will be paying for all the material.
I'll second.
Motion made by Commissioner Tooley, second by Commissioner Spivey, to enter into an interlocal agreement with the City of Payne Springs for miscellaneous road repairs. All those in favor of the motion? Item passes unanimously. Thank you very much. Item 9, receive financial reports, and it appears we have the combined reports for JP 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 available here in the backup, and for anyone that wishes to view these financials can see them after court at the county clerk's office. Item number 10, consider and take action on payroll disbursements and accounts cash sheets, and I believe we have Ms. Harris with us.
Yes, I have our weekly 7 payroll totals and February account cash sheet today.
Questions about the payroll disbursements? Entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve payroll disbursements for BW bi-weekly number 7.
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner McCam, second by Commissioner Richardson, to approve the payroll disbursements totals for bi-weekly number 7 as presented. All those in favor? Item passes unanimously. And we have the accounts cash sheets for February. Are there any questions or comments concerning the accounts cash sheets? Hearing none, entertain a motion.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner Spivey, second by Commissioner Tooley, to approve the accounts cash sheets for the period ending February of 2021. All those in favor of the motion? Item passes unanimously. Thank you, Ms. Harris.
Thank you.
Item 11 is consider and take action on submitted contracts. We have none of those today. Item 12 is consider and take action on request for right-of-way permits, and I believe in Precinct 2. Commissioner?
Yes, Judge. Paint Springs Water Supply Company is scheduled to ask to bore 1 1/4 quarter PVC with a 3/4 inch or casing with 3-inch poly. But as I'm looking at the backup, may have to change this their survey, because they say something that says per county commissioner, and I haven't talked to them about that road. I don't know if they're saying that I said that's the county road, but I didn't. Unless we can strike that off.
If you're not comfortable with moving forward, I'd recommend we just skip over it.
I say we skip over it and let me take care of that.
You do have the option that if you do have come to a resolution, they need to move the emergency authorization
Okay.
capability, and then we can bring it in for ratification by the court.
Okay, that'll be fine. We'll move forward. Pass.
Okay. Well, then we will take no action on item 12. Item 13 is consider and take action on submitted budget amendments, and we have none of those. But item 14 is consider and take action on payment of bills.
I'm here.
There you are. You're in person. I'm looking for you up on the screen.
Yes, court, this morning I have bills totaling $440,696.
Commissioner Spivey, questions?
I have none, Judge.
Commissioner Tooley?
Judge, I have none.
Commissioner McCann?
I don't have any questions.
Commissioner Richardson?
No questions, Judge.
I do have one. Where is it? Something to do with Catapult. Looks like we got a bill in association with Catapult. I thought that was, that if we had it covered, that we wouldn't be charged on that as far as the number of people.
I didn't set that up.
Okay, she is not here today. Trying to find it. Because we're supposed to meet a certain number. Could you look that up? We're supposed to have I believe it was at least 25 individuals sign up
No, we did, this bill is for 9.
for 9. So we had 9 individuals not show up.
Yes, minimum contract of 25 participants.
And how much is that costing us
It's $180 a participant, so
per participant?
$1,620.
We're going to need to,
That's at a less than contractual minimum of 25.
okay. We're going to need to, before we do another contract, we're going to have to work something out, because apparently individuals signed up and they did not come. Is that what? And,
We have trouble getting people to show up once they've signed up.
and if you don't have 25, you have to pay for those
Yes.
remaining. At 100 and what apiece?
180.
180? So we're looking at, what, $1,500? $1,620. We're contractually bound to pay it, but I think it's something that we need to definitely press out before we do another one, that we have true commitments. Okay.
I do have one question, Judge.
Yes, sir.
We have made a payment to we got on there for Belvin and Weeks Consulting Engineers. There's one in Precinct 2 and Precinct 4 and one in Precinct 2. Should that come out of Fund 100 on those, on subdivision stuff?
All of the subdivision stuff should be paid out of Fund 100.
It's out of 200 on the bills.
Okay. Can we,
I can journal entry it too.
would you please? Individual work done specifically by the precinct, such as with water lines or something on existing roads, has always been road and bridge. All of the subdivision work is Fund 100. Okay. Any other questions or comments? Entertain a motion on the bills.
So move with the changes to be made.
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner Tooley, second by Commissioner Spivey, to approve the bills in the amount of $440,696.09. All those in favor of the motion? Item passes.
Thank you.
Item 15 is consider and take action on submitted plats. No plats. And item 16 is open and consider bids, and we do have some bid work to do.
Yes, I have sent out to you guys the rebid packet to get approved. If it's approved today, we can run the ad in the paper this weekend, next weekend, and then do the openings on April 27th. Bring those in for y'all's approval on May 4th for award. And then we can do one of two things. Once they're awarded, we can change that award term from May to May, or if you guys really want to keep it on in January, then we can make this award a longer award and go May to December of
22.
thank you, 22, and do it that route. It's just however you guys want to do it.
The listing of tire sizes, we feel this is good sampling. Everyone has had an opportunity to
Yeah, there's
review.
There's one still on the list that I wanted to take off, if it's good with a cord, is that 750 by 15 equipment road construction tire. Those are for our pneumatic rollers, and if you get a bid on those, the size circumference varies so much in brands, and when you line up 5 tires across and one's taller than the other, they don't work really well. So I think we need to leave that out where we can stick to the brand that's on our equipment, buy direct on whatever brand tire that your packers have on them.
They vary in height, therefore causing ridges in the roadway.
Yep.
Sheriff, have y'all had an opportunity to review the list? Okay. All right. Any other comments or questions? And this is setting the specifications, this is approving the specs.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Entertain a motion.
So
I'll
moved.
make the motion.
Well, I need to know if you guys want to set it for a May to May term, or if you want to do a longer term so that we can get it back on.
So what, Judge, since you've been here the longest, what's your deal if we went 16 months or 18 months, you're gonna knock some people out because of the deal? I say we go for 6 months or 7 months from May to December.
In the past, we've done it several different ways. We've had bids spread out through the year before, trying to hit seasonal on different items. We've done short bids, we've done long bids. It's really up to the discretion of the court as to how the court wants its bids to operate. If you feel comfortable going a short route, that's within your discretion. If you want to go 18 months, that is within your discretion also.
If we went 18 months, the people in the process go up, or they think that the process is gonna go up, we're gonna be looking at not getting very many bids.
That is possible. They can build in an increase factor. I do believe we give them the option to ask for an increase. So if they bid as an example, $50 a tire, but have an option to come back after 60 days after the award to ask for an increase, the court can decide to grant that or deny it. So there are many options that can be done, be it long-term or short-term, because that caveat of them being able to ask for an increase can be in how long?
As long as it is 60 days after the award, it can be at any point after that, as long as if it's more than 5% of the actual bid award, then it has to be approved by the court. If it's less than 5% of the bid award, then it can be approved or denied by the county auditor.
I'd like to go to the 18 month. Are we gonna end up next year being in the same situation where we're halfway through the year without bids?
Kind of what I was thinking.
Be good. I haven't ever seen prices go down since I've been here.
Make your motion.
I'll make the motion that we accept the release for tire bids to run from May until December 31st, 2022.
I'll second.
Motion made by Commissioner McCam, second by Commissioner Spivey to approve the tire specifications and terms for tire bid from May the 1st, 2021 till December 31st of 2022. All those in favor of the motion? Item passes.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. And that brings us to our favorite of all, item 17. Consider and take action to adjourn.
So moved.
I'll second the motion.
Motion made by Commissioner Tootley, second by Commissioner McCann to adjourn. All those in favor? Item passes. I will, we are adjourned, but I will say this, we will invite everyone to our proclamation readings across the street at the courthouse at noon as we move forward with some of the recognitions we did here today. Thank you all for being here.